All right, y'all. I'm at home, and I promise you, I didn't have no plans on making any more videos tonight. But shout out to Anton Daniels for uploading this because I wouldn't even know about this. But before I get into this content, I just want you to take a look at this right here. Let me zoom on this. See that? We're gonna come back to that later. But before I get into this, y'all need to hear what she was saying. Look at the title. Shout out to Cam Newton for letting her say what she got to say. Appreciate that, because this is definitely material and it is fair use. Let's go.
Well, being in Atlanta all this time and then going to Nashville, where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing.
Anton ready to react.
Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country
see the big tattoo.
Man, if you are not married,
see that guy, John Cougar Mellencaps.
Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch, a hoe in Nashville, because they'll never even listen to your music. And your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family. You know?
He can.
And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, black men to really step up for black women and create families. It's really not cool.
Yeah, this pissed me off. I ain't gonna even lie. And yes, it's gonna be some cuss words. Let me tell you something. K. Michelle, this is bullshit. This is cow shit. This is pig shit. This is every kind of shit. And y'all know when I start getting mad, I cuss. Because I'm looking at myself. Never cheated. Did the best I can. Failed sometimes. Created a black family. And now it's to the point where either I could be a sucker, a simp, bow down and get dominated, or I could leave. That's my choices. And you want to act like, and look how you dress, by the way. Who, K. Michelle, I'm not trying to put you down, but who marries this? Who marries this? If she would have been doing this, like, yeah, she had her time showing Cleveland. If she would have been doing this, I would have been gone. Because this ain't no wife right here. You don't show men that you not tied to. Now, if you want to role play with your husband and you want to show dress like this around the house while you washing the dishes, fine. But you can't come on here complaining about black men not wanting to. And shout out to Anton for providing this, for, scouring the internet, because that's work itself, to provide this content. Because like I said, I don't even really know who this lady is, but apparently she's popular. She trying to blame black men. Okay, what about me, K. Michelle? What about me? And if she tried to say, well, the money this, money that, let me tell you something. Before the money even went bad at any point, the emotional affair happened. The flirting happened. This happened. That happened. And I was told, I don't want you on the lease. I was told, you're dead to me. I was told this. I was told that. Didn't try to, like when I decided that I'm just going to move on, didn't try to fight to keep the family together or nothing. Just like, okay, whatever. So when you come on here trying to cry like black men they ain't creating families, and like every time the family go bad, it's his fault. Man, that's really something. How y'all can expect a dude to just be emasculated and be a sucker just for the sake of keeping a family together or having a family. I tell y'all stuff, but I don't tell y'all everything. I don't tell y'all everything. But for her to come on here, I just hate this kind of talk, dude. Because I know it's guys like me. I know my guy from high school, same thing. Dude I used to work with, same thing. All these guys either divorced or facing divorce, and she want to act like it's all their fault. Trust me, man. It ain't most, like I'm going to tell you like this. Most divorces that you see amongst black people, it was her fault. Either she was curious for new dick, and I'm finna be cussing. I don't care. No woman is going to admit that, but that's what it be. All you got to do is look at this. If they talking about any other man's meat at any time, it's because they are curious. And these women, they will break their families up over every little thing when they want to explore. Just look at Tia. Tia didn't even have a reason. That's a black family too. She didn't even have a reason. People used to be asking her, so what was your reason? Like, what happened between you and Cordell? She stuttering, playing with her hair, squirming. She couldn't even think of a reason why she divorced that man. And she wanted to sit up in here and cry.
And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family.
Look how Anton looking
I'm not
like
the
he
girl
can't
who didn't
believe.
see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, after my black men to really step up for black women and create.
What if you already have? What about the dudes that already have? What about the dudes that said, forget it, F it, I'm finna be a fast forward bro? I've been called a dusty, I've been called ugly. Look, listen, and I ain't saying I ain't never said nothing. Because I did. Like I tell y'all all the time that I'm a sore loser and that sometimes I did start up out of anger that, it went down like this. Because I looked at it like I could have married anybody. And who's to say it would have even went down like this? I know what led to this. I know what contributed to this. That little black fat man, skip that, man. That stuff, man, that's over with. As long as y'all dress like this what dudes look at when they trying to jag. This ain't what dudes is marrying. This what they look at when they jagging. Wives don't dress like that. She want to talk about what the white dude is doing, like they not getting divorced too. I bet you I could type it in right now. Divorces, country music stars divorce. And I bet you all type. See, that just shows you something too. They always want to act like white men is perfect. Anybody that even knows a pinch of history know that ain't true.
Families. It's really not cool.
It's really not cool.
Black.
She cute, but then she's showing too much, man. I wouldn't trust her. Like, okay, if you choose to do that around me, or if I'm a dude that's buying it, then yeah, you ain't nothing to me. You ain't no wife. I ain't trying to make you no wife. If you just a park, if you just recreational use only, then go right ahead. Show me them melon. But if you want to talk about dudes not getting married and you getting emotional and stuff, you know why they not getting married, K. Michelle? Because they wising up. Every time you look, you see these black women calling dudes a bitch. How you gonna call somebody that? If he get on your heels, all you gonna do is call the police. You gonna run to the police, the little ex-military white guy more than likely, coming to the rescue, and you done started some stuff. You done started some stuff. It's like, man, if I went into detail, it just straight up tried to hold me. And I wasn't going for it. I'm not. And then didn't care. Like when I said, all right, well, I want a divorce. Didn't act like she didn't even care. Act like she can replace me. Listen, let me tell y'all women something. You not replacing no dude like me. It ain't happening. You could think you delusional as hell for her to think. Wait, hold on.
You're one of those people that...
Let's go back to it. For her to think, y'all know I ain't paying the $11.99.
Well, being in Atlanta all this time, and then
I'm gonna play it again, but to even think that you gonna find a dude out here that's gonna pay everything. You don't work, you don't pay nothing. And be faithful, not cheat at all. Come on now. That's just pure, unadulterated, uncut delusion. And everybody I done talked to just thought that was just hilarious to even think that. And you not running to the church because most of them dudes either gonna refuse to get married because they've been divorced themselves, or they ain't getting married to somebody who dressed like this. They'll be like, yeah, she cute and everything. She got a nice body, but, you know, I can't mess with her. And even the church dudes like, man, she gonna have to work. But she willing to do that now, apparently. Wasn't willing to do that to help me, but now it's a thing. This is what I'm talking about. Before you be on here talking about this stuff, you gotta know that it's a lot of black dudes like me out here.
it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families.
Them dudes be doing stuff too. That's just a delusion. Like they just think white man massa is just perfect.
Country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected.
They also don't dress like this, or at least not too often.
Family is respected in country music.
Okay.
In that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women.
She put that all on the black man. That's why I'm going to let Adton. Adton made some good points. I'm going to play his part after this.
That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch, a hoe in Nashville because they'll never even listen.
Now women call men that just as much, but who keep a score?
To your music and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men...
Everybody want to philosophize without the knowledge.
...create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life.
Let me tell you something. If you want to see black men creating marriages and stuff, then a guy, when he chooses a wife, he shouldn't be decreasing peace. She should be increasing his peace. It's supposed to be increased, not decrease. If it's decreased, then he might as well remain by himself then. It shouldn't be no kind of decrease.
I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family. You know?
Look at Cam like, nah, I'm just gonna cool.
My grandfather, I watch my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asked.
2025 is not 65, it's not 75, it's not even 85. This is the social media period.
Right now, black men,
Look.
black men to really step up for black women and create families.
They will if they is worth all that. And they got to stay that way. Like, you ain't going to, everybody change. We all change. But you got to be consistent enough in who you are. It can't be too much of a drop off. Can't be too much of a drop. You can't go from being sweet as pie to a witch. You just can't.
It's really not cool.
It's really not.
Black men are attacking
Enough
black
of what she talking about. She don't even know what she talking
women.
about. Let's go to that time.
Honestly, listen, she looked good in her hookup, and I understand that she's being emotional right now. So naturally, everybody is going to gravitate to it, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a deeper dive into.
That's another thing they do. They try to cry in court. I made a joke today. I said, if she try to cry, I'm going to cry right with her. I'm going to fake cry.
To this on the Q show tonight, but the fact of the matter is they don't really want to hear the answer.
No, they don't.
I've been married for 21 years, literally. And guess what? The people that attack me the most are black women.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to address the Glorillas. You're going to have to address the Sexy Reds. You're going to have to address the Meg Thee Stallions.
Yeah.
You're going to have to address all of the things that we see
Cardi B.
culturally that's basically incentivize women to leave men that they're supposed to be with, and then ultimately embrace making the government their daddy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to fall for the okie doke just because she crying about it.
Me
And
neither.
so if we're going to have a real conversation, if we're going to be honest about the truth of what's really going on with the families,
Yeah.
like, we've broken down the statistics. I've already emphasized that the overwhelming majority of black men take care of their children, and they're not just having willy-nilly children everywhere, and it's just playing along to get along. There's a small majority.
And let's go here. These women, they be the one a lot of times lying about who the daddy is too. They do that too now in the black community.
Majority of women that is having the children with the minority of the men, and now we want to try to make it seem like that it's a black man's fault because we put
That's how she tried to put
his
it.
feet to the fire, or all of these women keep coming on this platform and putting his feet to the fire. But that's not the reality for what really happens inside of our culture. What happens inside of our culture is, of course, you're going to have some bad actors, but I say this often, and I say, yo, I can fix 98, 99% of all men, and a 1 to 2% of men can still populate the overwhelming majority of women. And if you want to solve for a problem, then you have to address the people that are opening up their legs and having the majority of the children out of wedlock instead of the men that are doing it.
And you got to address them running all the women who get bored, get curious. Now, just because somebody don't say nothing, don't mean it's not the fact. They get bored. They get curious. They want to be up in other dudes' face. They want to look at other dudes' meat. All of that, dude, you can't just blame like black dudes for all the problems in black families, man. You just can't. What about the black women that want to play their sex game and want to have sex or don't have sex with a dude that's used to having sex? What about that? And then when he go cheat, I'm done with you, all this. Come on now.
Thing that's responsible, and you can't just take a sports figure and say, I mean, yeah, you can say, yo, Cam, why you doing this or why you ain't doing that or whatever, so on and so forth. But our culture is trash, and our culture is often dictated
Sewage, landfill.
by the consumers. And the biggest consumers in our culture is the women. And they are listening to each other. They are not listening to the men. And when you hear somebody...
No, they ain't. They criticizing us. When I make a lot of videos, they come on there without showing their face. Because they know they're going to get roasted, the majority of them. Without showing their face, they want to talk about me for telling the truth.
these women, and I don't even feel like saying their names right now because I just ain't got time for bullshit right now. But when you see some of these women podcasters and they refuse to hold their constituents accountable, and I say their constituents because these are the women that continue to vote for them, put their money in their pockets, and so on and so forth. And we now see the pedestalization of single women, even in politics, with the Jasmine Crockett's and the AOCs and all of that stuff. What do you think is going to happen when y'all divested yourselves against y'all men and then y'all started embracing the federal government for what it is that y'all got going on the country?
And then y'all tried to vote for somebody who didn't even have a black family in Kamala Harris, and got mad at people who didn't vote for her.
Contrary to popular belief, some of the most successful men, it don't have nothing to do with marriage nowadays. As far as the entertainers is concerned, it has more or less to do with whether or not you resonate with your audience. And guess what? The reason why the black community, they resonate so well with the disasters and stuff that's happening is because that's our reality.
Yep.
That is our reality. Real talk.
It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful black men, to be...
She want to take your money, Cam. She want to take that podcast money. She want to take half. But because he ain't going for it, he looking at her like, man, I'm not trying to hear that, but I'm finna be nice. This the most quiet I ever seen Cam look. He like, nah, I don't agree with that. They want him so bad, man. Like, they can't stand. They be looking up his net worth, $75 million, and they be like, maybe I could change his mind. And she tried to come on there showing them nips. But he like, man, I done seen way better than them. You know, so she probably crying because it don't work. It's not cool. Look, marriage is risky. Marriage is foolishness at this point. Maybe my great-great-grandkids, maybe it'll be a thing again. But right now, it's dumb. It's dumb. And if you do it, if you choose to do it, you better been took a whole lot of time to vet. And you better been seen them true colors. And you better get lucky. Lottery lucky. Lotto lucky. Then hope that you got one that ain't gonna change too much.
You have to set an example. And
No, you don't.
this leads the cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from. This
Strong enough to run their husbands off, yeah. Bring Pookie in. And where you at? Why you they husband, they ain't have to deal with that with him. But with the Pookie, where you at? Why you ain't answering the phone when I call? I've been calling you all day. Oh, that's all. If you don't want to be with me, just say so. Blah, 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 blah. Then, I'm finna come. With the low life dude with 5 or 6 women, and they had the dude who wasn't even cheating on them, and he wasn't good enough for him. I'm a cook every time I see something like this, man. They think backwards, man. Now we talking about y'all. They think backwards. When you too good, when you come home every night, you boring. Over time, it go from, oh, you such a hard worker, to you ain't never here for the kids. You don't do nothing for the kids. That's what it turned into. When they turn on you, that's what it turned. It start out, they cool with it. They keep the house clean. They be waiting for you. They nice to you when you get home. Then once that bitterness and that grudge set in, now they not checking on you. They don't call you when you out there. They be sleep when you get home. You can't even talk to them without getting into it with them. Yeah, let's talk about it. You want to cry? You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how it really is. How you could be married to somebody 20 years and it don't even matter. They'll treat somebody they knew 3 days better than you. They'll make you wait 5 months, 10 months, 15 months, 3 years, 5 years. And then they'll give it up to a dude that they barely even know the first week. Let's talk about that, black women. How many of y'all done did that? Because I got stories. And I know my guys is going to come in here and shame the devil in the comments like they always do. Because I got stories. I know what I'm talking about. I got my own stories and I got other people's stories. All the girls' trips. What y'all doing on them girls' trip? You know what white women, since you want to talk about white people. Okay, I'm going to play your game. You know what white women do? White women take their girls' trip at Buffalo Wild Wing. Y'all take y'all girls' trip in a whole nother country, come back with a loose vag, and then you try to wait a week or two hoping that you tighten back up, and you still don't tighten back up. And now he insecure when he say, man, it seemed like you was kind of looser. You was kind of more loose than you normally be. You trying to accuse me? You trying to accuse me? You insecure. You insecure. And I'm not going to keep putting up with that either. You keep on, I'm going to leave you. And then here she come, talking about the black family. What about all the black women who just keep threatening to leave and the dude get tired of it? Like, he'd be like, go on then. You going to leave? Go on. I'm taking your kids. You ain't going to see your kids. And now she got Mr. Irrelevant, simp dude, sucker, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Who she shouldn't even be with if she was righteous, if she was like Sarah in the Bible. Now she got him trying to play daddy. Come on, man. Y'all want to talk? We can talk. We can talk about this. And this how, like you see how you looking? People just tired. People that know the truth, this how they look. Like, oh man, here we go with this again. Here we go with this again. Our ancestors were polygynous. They want monogamy for you, not them. With them, they cheat, dudes sending them dick pics, all type of stuff. But for you, you can't do nothing. If you do anything, family court, not seeing your kids. Let's talk. You want to talk? Let's talk. Let's talk. Because I got plenty examples. I know a lot of people. I know what they tell me. I know how this stuff go. Women, I know a dude that his wife turned against him because he was in between jobs. Was on the phone. He walked up behind her. She didn't know he was behind her. She talking about how he a bum and he ain't got nothing and he need to get his ass together and all this stuff. And he like, you know what? You got it. And he left. So when he left, she didn't let him see his daughter. He trying to write his daughter. He trying to contact his daughter. I said, man, why you ain't just take her to court? He said, I ain't had the money to do that. That stuff costs a lot of money. So she turned the daughter against him. Black. Turn the daughter against. And I was told I never date nobody dark skinned no more. Like I done really did some heinous things. Of course, you keep picking, somebody gonna stand up for themselves. You dealing with a man. They don't want to talk though, man. They don't want to talk. No. Let's be fair. Some of these dudes do be making a mess. But I ain't one of them. The only messes that I made was trying to make it. You don't always make it. Sometimes you fail in life. Sue me. Sue me for trying. To make you feel better, sue me for trying. Yeah, I need security. This is what we sign up for, though. If you say, well, I'm going to stay at home, then, and when things get rough, you still try to stay at home. All right, man, listen. when things go bad, you're supposed to change your plan. It's a change of plans, right? Ain't that what you're supposed to do? Okay, then. I'm done with this.